and they dance to a half a dozen numbers that I had written, and I had it filmed, and I didn't know why I was having it filmed. It just seemed to me like to be a good idea. Then put it together, edit it together, and it's finally a DVD called Gonzo Ballet, and it's the making of a ballet from songs that I wrote, and it's going to be on television in the fall. So, the concept of sort of stepping out and saying yes to things you might not say yes to, just on the adventure of it, became clear to me, and I sort of tried to live that way, being adventuresome and chancing, making a total fool of yourself because of the adventure of it. Okay? Next question. Yes.
My name's Shelley.
Hi, Shelley.
I have an acting question for you.
You have an acting question for me?
Over your career,
yes,
you've played lots of different types of characters.
Different types.
But early on, it seemed like you played a lot of serious.
Serious? I was very serious.
And you are kind of a funny guy.
I'm funny?
You are. So I wondered if you found one of them more enjoyable than the other, or if you thought it was somewhat freeing being able to be the funny guy that you are.
Here's the way I think about it. I think drama and comedy are the same thing. There's really very little difference. The drama you want to make as real as possible and make sure that the audience believes what you're saying. And that's of the utmost importance. And then comedy is the same thing, except there is an attitude. There's something infinitesimal, something ephemeral in the playing of comedy that says, just by attitude or tone, I'm not quite sure which, or if it's both, you're saying to the audience, I believe this is amusing. And then the audience says, oh, I believe this is amusing. And we now know that this is funny, but it's real. And you're not to, and whereas the drama, you're not to laugh at. Now, I've had occasions where I've been really real, and they laughed. Not a good thing. The opposite I've also had happen. I thought, this is funny, and they didn't laugh. So you tread a tightrope no matter what you're doing, but comedy and drama are essentially the same. There's an old saying that actors use frequently, and that is, the old actor is dying, and his loved one comes up to him and says, is it difficult? Are you having difficulty? And he says, no. Dying is easy. Comedy is hard. Next question.
Hi, my name's Glenn Rhodes.
Where?
Over here.
Where? There? Okay, I got you.
I was just wondering if you could tell me if George Takei is a giving lover, and if... Beards?
Do I like guys with beards?
No.
Or does he like guys with beards? Oh, you want to make a date? Is that what you want me to do? A shotgun? I don't know about the George and the giving lover. But I can't figure George out. I mean, I was much mystified by all this as maybe you are. Maybe you know more than I don't know what his beef is with me, really. Whenever I sort of try and find out, it has something to do with my not being on the airfield when the shuttle of the Enterprise was wheeled out, or something. I mean, it's bizarre. So I don't know what his problem is with me, except it seems to be getting worse. And I haven't seen him in 40 years. I don't get it. The ultimate moment of his perturbation with me was they did a roast, or we did a roast. So, you know, the difference between comedy and drama that we were talking about. Everybody gets on, and it's funny. A roast is supposed to be funny, so they say, "You stink, Shatner," and everybody knows that's funny because I don't stink. So George is invited to do the roast and roast me, but George was deadly serious. And I rode in on a horse, okay? So the line, "Screw you," to put it politely, and the horse you rode in on, obviously is there. So the writers of the show are looking around, who will we give this great line to? So they give it to George. So George gets up on stage, and he says some other things, and finally he ends with, "Screw you and the horse you rode in on." I mean, he really meant it. His eyes were glittering with hatred. I don't know. I took 3 steps back. You know, the good lover. What did you say? The giving lover. I don't know. And does he like men with beards? I can't say. It's not that I won't say, I can't say. Who's that guy with slightly moist forehead up there? Okay, next question. Are we having fun now? Yeah. I'll give you an idea of what you want to hear. All right, proceeding ahead, another question.
It's an honor to be speaking with William Tiberius Shatner.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for the years of entertainment.
You're welcome.
Speaking, a question that kind of speaks to those years. I understand you were a understudy for Christopher Plummer.
That's true.
What was it like then getting to work with him in a more equal way over Undiscovered?
In the Undiscovered Country. It was great because being an understudy is a very inferior position. Chris Plummer, talking about Gonzo Ballet, I then proceeded to make another documentary called The Captains. And I went out, I went to Toronto, I went to Montreal, I went to London, I went to New York, I went to Princeton, and then ended up in Los Angeles. And what I was doing was interviewing all the captains and doing an in-depth interview of all of them, trying to find things that were common. Pretty good, huh? Things that were common between all of us. And I call it The Captains. It's being edited right now. And it'll be on the air, by the way, at the same time as Gonzo Ballet. So you'll have fun watching it. It's being fun put together, and it'll take another few months. I must have shot 30 hours. I got everybody. While I was interviewing people, I interviewed Chris Plummer, and Chris and I are about a year apart from Montreal. I believe, I went to university, and he didn't. He became an actor right out of high school, I believe. And so I was a period of time behind him as he climbed the ladder in Canada, ending up at Stratford. I was 3-4 years behind him. sort of following the same path. What a magnificent actor, what a magnificent, wonderful guy he is. So I interviewed him, and I interviewed him for a couple of hours, and I have enough material to put a show together that I'm going to call Still Kicking Butt. And so that's Chris and I. And I interviewed him at Stratford, Ontario, where he played when I was there, 3 years when the theater opened, and then has continued to play there over the years many times. In fact, last year he was there, and that's why I took the opportunity to interview him there. And I reminisced with him this moment in my life that was so dramatic that when I look back on it, it's like falling off a precipice and wondering what's going to happen. And here's what happened. At Stratford, we would open a play, say in June or July.